Hello, Ellie, Christina, and fellow fans of The Writer's Mindset. I am Matty Dalrymple. I am the author of the Ann Kinnear suspense novels and suspense shorts and Lizzie Ballard thrillers. And I'm also the host of the Indie Author Podcast. And I am here with my answer to the question that Ellie sent me, which is, what's the biggest lesson you learned when you published your first book? My biggest lesson is the importance of having a vision for your book and sticking to it unless circumstances indicate that maybe you haven't made the right choice. So the example I'm using is for my first book, The Sense of Death, and it is about a woman, Ann Kinnear, who can sense spirits. But it is not a woo-woo kind of book. It's a very matter-of-fact take on that ability. So Anne has a business based on her ability to sense spirits. It is managed by her brother, Mike. It involves contracts, and the visits she makes are referred to as engagements. It's all very businesslike. And when I was deciding on what the cover should look like, what I wanted was a very straightforward sort of design element that would convey a sense of suspense, which is the genre it is, but not go over the top in the woo-woo sense. And so I hired a cover designer, actually a pretty well-known cover designer, and described the book to him, described what I had in mind. And pretty soon he came back and it was hands around a crystal ball with a Gothic house on a hill in the background. And I thought, that is not at all the tone of what I'm looking for my book. Now, I'm not saying that was a bad cover, and I'm sure that there are readers that would be attracted by that cover that I'm not getting with the cover that I had in mind, but it wasn't the tone I was going for, and I didn't think it was an accurate representation of what the reader was going to get when they read the book. And so I worked further and ended up with a cover design that I really liked. It is a brass hand on a dark sort of reddish brown door, which I thought captured the mood and tone of the book much more effectively. And I love that cover. I love all the covers of my book. One of the benefits of being an indie, I never have a cover I don't like. And I'm getting, I think, a different pool of readers. I may be missing some of the ones that would have been attracted by the hands around the crystal ball, but I am getting another group that is appreciative of the less woo-woo aspect of it. And then they are getting a story that is in line with the expectation I'm setting with the cover. So that's my example that I learned very clearly from my first book of the importance of having a vision for your book and sticking with it unless circumstances indicate that you need to rethink. So Ellie and Christina, thank you so much for the invitation, and great talking to the listeners and viewers of The Writer's Mindset.